Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. The Struggling Hunters. You got me, Eric, and Mr. Joe over there looking all sexy in the screen tonight. Anyway, we'll get into it. It's episode number 70. Oh, man, it's crazy. I say it all the time, but it's crazy. 70 episodes. One of these days we'll stop saying it, but crazy 70 episodes. But if this is your first time listening to this podcast, consider giving us a subscribe and a like. Be much appreciated. Also want to shout out to the guys that have been commenting.
All the way from Long Island. Was that, am I remembering right? Was it Long Island? Rhode Island.
Yeah, I believe it.
Sorry.
One of them. One of the islands.
I was going to have it all ready to go, but I totally botched that tonight, and I need to, I guess, apologize.
Well, either way, though, it's still much appreciated.
Yeah, from Long Island. We appreciate it. It's been fun. We appreciate you guys viewing and commenting.
Yeah,
it does mean something.
Comments from Idaho to is it Rhode Island or Long Island?
Long Island.
Much appreciated, though. Very, very appreciated. Even though we got it wrong, my bad. Hey, this is a raw podcast. We don't do editing or anything like that. Hardly ever, unless it's like real bad. Then we'll get in there, and that's mostly just a technical difficulty that we'll do a little bit of editing. But yeah, it's pretty raw. So sorry about the mistake. I think his name's Frank, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll just say Frank. Sorry about the mistake, Frank, but appreciate the comments. That's what we're getting at. So definitely appreciate it, though. Keep up the interaction. It's really cool. And that Brad guy too, whatever his
Brad
deal is. He's pretty cool too. Leaving those comments.
It's kind of fun. Like, people talk, leave comments, and I don't know, wherever they come from, they're just very appreciative, and it's fun to get interaction and see your point of view too on some things. Like me and Eric get caught in our own little worlds, and have people step in and say something that they liked about the podcast, or what they like about hunting, or what they like about camping. It's fun to see their opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it's nice to hear those perspectives too, because everybody has their own perspective. I mean, I know what, I guess it was last week, right? Like we were talking about camping and just what we kind of like to do, or what we think we like to do. And, the having the camper and stuff is pretty convenient in a lot of ways, but
right.
It's kind of nice just throwing up a tent every once in a while too.
True. Keeping it simple every once in a while, if you can stand it, makes it nice.
Yep. And the modern us have cots now, so we don't have to worry about the rocks in the back. So
that has been a nice upgrade. I know it's not a big one, but it's a big one.
Yeah, it definitely is nice getting up off the ground, and
right.
I definitely enjoy it.
Me too.
Definitely enjoy it. So, but yeah, let's kind of move forward with the podcast. I think it'll be a fun one. It's going to be kind of going over the upcoming hunt. We got a hunt coming up, and
right.
Both of our hunts are starting really fast, but Joe has the luxury, or not so much of a luxury, however you want to look at it, of his coming up first. And so it should be fun. And I'll kind of let you run away with it, Joe, and kind of talk about.
Yeah. Just kind of give you guys kind of a heads up of what, so I know what we'll be talking about tonight. We've kind of, over the last couple of weeks, we've been trying to talk about scouting, e-scouting, and discussing what we've heard other podcast people talk about, and how they're going to strategize, and as getting ready for the hunt, I've kind of been trying to we've talked about, making your mental maps or drawing your maps out and having 2 to 3 areas or 4 areas. It all probably depends on how many days you get to hunt, but having your areas that you having a handful of different areas for your game plan to go hunt with. And so, when now, instead of talking about it, we're now to the point of going to be exercising or executing the plan that we have hopefully prepared. And that's, like Eric said, my hunt's coming up first. So that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So even though, sorry if it sounds like we've been talking a lot about planning, but I feel like that's one of the things that in the past that I think the both of us, we've talked, but I don't know that we've really fully planned an area to go hunt. Like, we've found areas we want to go hunt, but we, get there and hunt it. But I don't know, this year it's more, okay, we have 2 or 3 different areas. We're going to get in there, hit it. Hopefully we come across something. If not, we're going to pack up, move to another, or not, maybe not pack up, but get back to the truck and try a different draw and just kind of stay moving until we get into them.
Kind of like an aggressive approach a little bit, where, I mean, I think that's kind of what you're getting at, right?
Correct. Kind of going off the mind frame too, is where more or less for right now, we're kind of weekend warriors and don't quite have the time to kind of set. I get to set for, well, gosh, so interesting how I talk about setting, waiting, and that's how some guys hunt. I don't want to discourage. If that's how you're hunting, that's how you can hunt. That's how you're hunting. That's how you've seen success. That's what you're comfortable with. Whatever it is, do it. End of day, do it. But trying to, I guess, sound macho weekend warrior dudes, trying to have a couple different plans, so that way we can get into an area and be like, no, there's no sign. We're going to back up and go down another ridge. So, get into a little bit of that on this podcast and some talk. I'm going to throw in some other people's idea of what to expect maybe in this upcoming season. And so I guess with that being said, the plan, as me and Eric were talking, I'm going to be setting up between 2 different spots. A couple podcasts ago, I got on and talked about how I came into some elk in a new area that I haven't hunted before. And then I got the other area where I've been hunting. I have seen elk in there. I just haven't gotten on them. So I kind of posed myself with a dilemma as to which area to hunt first. And so my dilemma is, the area where I scouted and came across elk is a little bit easier of an area to get into. But the area where I've been hunting to get to where the elk are there's no good vantage points to really see the elk. But there is and there isn't. But I haven't been seeing anybody in these areas. So in my head, I kind of want to go to these areas, the other areas where I've been hunting, simply because I haven't seen people hunting there in the years past. So that brings up my dilemma of, do I hunt where it's an easier access? And just because it's easier access doesn't mean there is going to be people, just that the odds of people being there are going to be much higher. So, but it is an area to make a play on, if that makes sense. Like it is one of my areas to check out as I'm crossing areas off my list to go hunting. So, and the other part of the plan is I want to, being I'm not going to be too close to where I'm going to be leaving the truck to go hunting. And then, so where I leave the truck to go hunting, and then I'm going to be hunting as soon as I close the door on the truck. But to kind of get into the good hunting areas is going to be kind of a hike. So it's going to be, an early morning to get into where I'm going to be. So that's going to be getting into my food prep, or, what my breakfast is going to be, something simple, something easy, probably instant oatmeal, hot water and oatmeal might be my quick breakfast, and a granola bar or a Cliff bar or something just to get it in me. So that way I don't have to get up and spend a lot of time making breakfast. Um, and then as I've been trying to get ready for my hunt, been listening to, is it Elk Talk with, Randy Newberg and, Corey Jacobson. And, they had one episode they talked about, was the drought conditions and kind of maybe how that affects the elk. And
Yeah, I think I heard that same one actually.
and they've brought up a couple good points that I hope I can clue into when hunting, because that's kind of why what plays into the area that where I've been hunting I want to go there opening day, because one, it's kind of a little bit harder to get to. I know that doesn't guarantee, but and then I haven't checked it this year, but when I was in there, there was a decent stream going down in there. There was, some good coverage. One of the points that they said, if I can say it correctly, is that during kind of drought conditions, the elk are going to, I'm going to call it micro herd. Like they're not going to be in a big elk herd. They're going to be in a smaller, I don't know how small of a herd, but a smaller herd. And then those herds are going to probably be in pockets where the feed and water is probably decent, where, they can probably eat and get to food and water. And with it being hot, probably not moving very much, I'm thinking. So my plan is to kind of hit these little gullies, I guess, or little ridges and little valleys that might have some water and some grass in them, and hopes to get onto something. So that's kind of more or less, I guess, all like kind of the basics of the plan of the hunt coming up. And that's what I guess the whole last year has been leading up to, is this moment going into right here. And then I guess telling Eric too. So that was like, we'll get into like dinner is going to be something quick, or maybe not too quick, but something a little easy, because you got to hike back out of where we're at, get back to the truck, and drive back to camp. So it's going to be fairly late, maybe 10:30, maybe 11 until we get back to camp, and then want to get to bed and get back up early again.
Yeah, to squeeze in there, last year was my first real archery hunt with you. I mean, I wasn't hunting myself, but with you. And
Right.
that was I guess the one nice thing is whenever you're hunting like that and it's so hot, you get hungry, but it's so hot that you're not as hungry a little bit. But what was a lot different was I've always kind of hunted later in the October, November months, and the days, or whenever I was hunting with you, how long they were. I mean, how much hunting you can actually get done in the hours that allow in the daylight, like in the daylight hours. That was amazing. That was kind of a different experience in a way. And now I'm gonna experience it for myself this year for sure. But
Right.
I was pretty amazed. Like, yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I kind of had to relate with like food and stuff, but you definitely get hungry. But like you were saying, like not getting back to camp till 10:30. I mean, your day is just like it's all day hunting, so it's just a different atmosphere. And so it's like you're hungry, but you're also, because the day wore you out, you're also so tired. You're just like, I just want something small to hold me over, and I just want to get to sleep.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting too. Like you're sitting there talking about food prep and what that's going to look like, and keeping your lunch or whatever you're going to have for lunch in your backpack and staying hydrated. Like I kind of want to talk about, it's been interesting. I feel like this heat that we've had lately has been different. And I don't know if for those of you that don't know us, I think, well, maybe some of you listening have been affected by it, especially if you live in Colorado and Utah, but the smoke coming over from the fires in Oregon and California, I've been amazed at how much that's been, I guess, how far it's traveled and how thick it is getting here. But I feel like the heat with that, even though it's kind of a cloud cover, but I feel like the heat is a little different within that smoke. Like when I get out of my car, I just feel the heat differently than when there isn't smoke. And I think, that's
Oh
going to
yeah.
be,
Yeah. Like you got a good point there, because I've noticed that too. Just doing anything outside. I mean, being out there for 5-10 minutes, I'd probably need to do more of it so I can shred some poundage. But I just start sweating uncontrollably like right away. So you're right. It has been a little bit different of a heat.
yeah. And so like I was telling my wife, I was like, I probably should have been putting a sweatshirt on and going for walks when I get home, just to, get used to that heat.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too, I think we're going to have to pay attention to is our bodies, like, doing those self checks of, am I sweating? Because like if you quit sweating, that's a sign of dehydration and heat stroke, and making sure that you're drinking enough water, and uh, water and food, making sure you got enough protein and carbs in you to keep you going as well. And I think that's something that I've always made sure of, but I don't know that you can always do better, I guess. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but keeping yourself healthy while you're hunting is a big thing.
Yeah. Well, we talked, we kind of dove into it a little bit last week about about prepping for food and stuff, before your hunts. And I'm gonna be kind of ill prepared. I mean, I'll make sure I have enough food and stuff, but I'll be ill prepared in the sense that I'm not gonna have time to prep anything because I gotta go out of town. I'm going out of town, and then whenever I get back on Friday, I'm taking off to go meet up with you. So I'm not gonna have any time to prep any like food like I like to usually do. And so it's just gonna be Cliff bars and packages of peanuts for the most part. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe get some chili or something to cook up at night. But yeah, it's gonna be a roughing it a little bit, quote unquote. Everything that I said that I didn't like last week in the podcast is
Uh-huh.
exactly what I'm gonna be doing this week. So
So we'll try to maybe capture some of this on video a little bit, be able to share some of our hunt.
hey, that's a good idea. Kind of make light of the situation or something.
Yeah. But trying to go back to, like, the whole dilemma and the hunting plan, trying to find that success. And like, it's kind of interesting, as we've talked about uh formulating your own plan, and trying to understand where the elk might be or where they would want to be. It's kind of fun because it kind of, in a way, like, gives you um a sense of confidence.
Yeah,
Like, you're like, oh, I got this plan now. Like, all the elk are going to be in here. If they're not, I'm gonna go to another spot. And you're like, oh, I'll be tagged out by 8:30.
yeah. Let's hope.
But it is kind of fun or nice though to have that plan and kind of give you the confidence, so that way it kind of gives you, for me, it gives me a feeling, like a feel of like, okay, I got something to work with. I know what I'm going to do. And if I'm striking out, I got someplace else to go.
For sure.
Um, but yeah, so I think that's as far as the hunting plan goes, and far as getting ready. So, getting up there Friday, going to do a little bit of scouting. Hopefully, in my area where I want to hunt opening morning, hopefully I see something. But, what it is, what it's going to be. And we're going to, make the best of the situation. I'm ready as I'm going to be. I got, bow ready. Got my food ready to go. Not ready to go, but everything purchased. Just got to pack it up and then hit the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. I think it's going to be an exciting weekend. And I mean, I don't know this time of year, right? Especially the week before the hunt starts. I mean, it's the most exciting time. It's all about that opening day though, and what it gives you. That can really change everything. But the preparation and right before you get there, it's the most exciting time because I mean, obviously you're optimistic and you're hoping for the best, and you feel like you've been preparing mentally for it, and you're like, oh, I'm so ready to get out there and do it, and here we are. It's came a lot faster than I expected. I mean, a month ago, because I'm 2 weeks after you that I'll be hunting, and a month ago I'm like, oh, I have plenty of time to do this and that and get ready, and my hunt's here, and I'm going up there with you this weekend to go, hang out, help out, whatever, do a little filming or whatever we can do. Point is like, yeah, it just, I'll be, in a way I'm prepping. I mean, it's not going to be the mountain that I'm hunting, but in a way I'm prepping because I'm kind of getting like my mind
right.
set that
Kind of
way,
set, and
Yeah.
then kind of, like, okay, if my hunt's coming, clue into what I see, what, where they at. And not that they're going to be in the same place, but just to kind of get that the juices going and then kind of mentally prepped.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, especially if we kind of see elk, kind of maybe understand, take a little bit of a nugget from your area. And, if we start running into elk and go, okay, it seems like we're running into them in this area. Then whenever I take that to my hunt, try to kind of mimic the landscape, if you will, the vegetation, whatever.
Right.
And like, hey, this is kind of what it looked like on Joe's mountain. So maybe they're in this area, just try to take any tip you can. And that, I mean, that's one reason why I like to go over and try to hunt with you a little bit is, I mean, last year was a little different because it went from everything being fairly green to, everything, the leaves falling by the time I hunted. But
Right.
now, now it'll be different where it's kind of more, there is more similarities. So, yeah, I don't know, just, I mean, kind of taking those little tips and tricks, and hey, the more you're out there trying to hunt or help hunt or whatever, I don't know what you call it, tag along, uh the more experience you get, the better odds you get whenever you're actually hunting too. So
Right.
I mean that, that's what I think anyway.
Right.
I
Yeah.
sure hope
No,
that's what it
it's
is more experience. I feel like we need, that's kind of something like we're just trying to get all the experience and lead to more success.
correct. 100%. And that's, yeah, that's kind of like why I've been trying to go out with you too. Like years ago when I first hit you up about hunting with you, uh, I got done with my hunts and you're like, oh, hey, I'm going hunting. And I was like, oh, you are? Like, I can keep hunting. And I was like, hey, you
Yeah.
mind if I come along?
Look, look at what that phone call pretty much led to, I
Right.
think it was a phone call. I think you called me. I don't think you texted me, but
I
um
don't remember.
I don't remember quite either, but I mean, look where it's led though. Here we are,
Yeah.
been doing a podcast for a year and a half and episode 70. And we're creating something and having fun doing it. So,
True.
and that's all that matters, man, is, we're just having fun and talking about our passion and trying to figure this out and sharing it with other people that care to listen and get to a spot where we start finding more success and sharing that too. And I don't know. It's just crazy though. You think about it, because it was all that phone call. We kind of took something that I didn't really think so much possibility, I guess. Like I wasn't thinking that way. Whenever
Right.
you called and was like, "Hey, I want to come out and hunt." I'm like, yeah. Why haven't we done this before? And
Yeah.
and you came out and yeah, and the rest is history. We've been hunting every year together
True.
since. So
True.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
And since then we were trying to just hunt and figure things out. Now we're podcasters, videographers, photographers. What else are we?
Celebrities.
Easy on the celebrity. We're like a Z celebrity.
Right. I'm on your list. You haven't heard of us?
Oh man.
We're on the old interweb. But
well, I think we hit that spot again. So
I think so too. I was gonna say I've kind of I feel like I blew through my plan a little bit quicker. I was gonna try to go down some rabbit holes, but after I got going on it, I got out what I wanted, and don't really have anything else to add. But hopefully, if you're listening, you have your plan. Whoever's listening, you have your plan set, and you got your stuff ready to go, and then hopefully you have some luck. The season's coming. There's going to be some high points. There are going to be some low points, and you got to keep pushing.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like I kind of brought it up earlier. Like we've kind of, the last few podcasts, we probably talked about preparation. I mean, we've kind of in all areas, camping, vehicles, actual hunting, but we've kind of beat preparation to death. But now that the hunt started, I think we'll start kind of veering the other way and talking about some more exciting stuff. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. I think we'll have some good content coming up soon, and what we've learned and our mistakes, our successes, and I think it'll be a fun hunting season.
Yes, I think so too.
In a way, I kind of hope they're sweet. They're short and sweet.
Right.
But I guess it makes better content if they're long and hard. So
right. But yeah. And I'll go ahead and get us out of here. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Will be life changing one way or another. But anyways, thanks for listening. Take care, guys, and we'll catch up with you again.
Later, guys.